I remember having an argument with you many years ago about eating ice cream in wintertime, and I was anti that.
Oh, yeah, I'm so pro.
Are you
were
still
like, just do it. Now I'm like, it's fine. Just have ice cream.
I mean, I'm not saying like climb an Arctic mountain and eat ice cream at the same time. If you're in like a heated building, eat that ice cream. It's comfort. That is pure comfort food.
Yeah, I feel the same now. I was foolish when I was young.
We all made mistakes. Welcome to the Microtheticast.
Thank you, David.
Thank you for your welcome, David. Yeah. I also bid good tidings to you.
Oh, thank you. My family sends their regards. My name's David, as Mike said.
And I am Mike, as David said.
So true.
My name is Emily, as no one said.
Aww. Many people have said your name.
That's true.
Shout it from the highest hilltop.
If you're at home, keep Emily alive by screaming her name right now.
I do believe in Emily's.
So I thrive. Attention.
Attention, give to me.
That is why we do this podcast.
In a way.
This week, it's a shorter one called a Microtheticast.
Tiny.
Play a little game for you to listen to tide you over to our next full episode.
What's the game?
It's called The Good, The Bad, and The Answer. It's a game where we ask each other questions and then we come up with pros and cons because everything is a double-edged sword.
Except for triple-edged swords.
Well, those are even double-edged swords because, like, you know, on one hand, you want a thing that has a lot of blades, but on the other hand, it might be too unmanageable.
Oh, man, you did it.
I did it. Try me again.
What about a quadruple-edged sword?
Nope, you got me.
Oh, good. I got him. That was easier than I thought.
I was hoping you wouldn't go there.
So, David, you made this game up. Do you want to explain it?
I did.
You did.
Do you want to say it again, though?
Nope.
Say the other side to it.
What's
the con?
Oh, the con is that we have to come up with questions that are kind of hard sometimes, and we don't know what we're gonna say.
Can I go first?
Yeah. Who are you gonna ask?
I'm gonna ask David. If you were 6 inches tall for a day, what would you do?
Oh, wow.
What would I do? If I was 6 inches tall, now let me think about how big that is. Half a ruler. That's pretty little. Oh, I would ride Joan. There it is. I would ride my cat Joan.
That is a fantastic answer. She is sturdy. Mm-hmm. She could give a good ride.
Not fast. So it's perfect.
Right. Yeah, she wouldn't like take off and leave you in the dust.
No. So my job is finished. Now Mike and Emily have to tell me what's good and what's bad about riding Joan.
So I'm going to say the bad thing about this, which is sad because I think it sounds awesome, but I do have a specific idea immediately of what would be bad. And that is that Kat's breath is very bad.
True. And
the ratio of you to her mouth and how much breath is coming at you would be really intense. Also, like the smell of her food and her litter box, all of it would be very overpowering to you, probably.
Yeah.
And I know you could like take a break, but what if you're like trotting around and you're having a good time, you're kind of finally getting the hang of it, and then she's like, I gotta go take a dump.
Oh, no.
And then suddenly you're in her little box full of dusty poop particles.
Nasty.
That would be very hard.
You're right. That would be a difficult situation.
I think the good thing, the pro of being able to ride Joan, was that you'd be able to explore the entire kingdom of our apartment.
Finally.
And also have a lot of good nap time. When Joan is nestled on our couch, you could just nestle up on top of Joan.
Because let's be honest, ride Joan means sit on top of Joan while she doesn't move.
And then occasionally, if there's a loud noise, you will ride her to the kitchen where she will go explore. But I think you could have some good low-key adventures. Like the adventure of climbing the stairs up to David's bed.
Oh, yeah, that could be exciting.
You have to get a real good grip.
Yeah, that's true.
Or the adventure of sneaking into Mike's room when he's not here and sleeping on his bed.
Yeah. Which I've always wanted to do, but I'm like, but I'm not 6 inches tall.
She'd probably be like, you're my son now.
Oh, maybe. She'd probably lick me a lot, which would be a problem
she'd give you
with
a full
the breath
cat bath.
Oh, nasty. Nasty.
I'll ask a question.
To whom?
I'll do Emily, because Emily just asked one to you.
Seems right.
Emily, if you had a pet bird that could be trained for one task that it would do for you.
Ride Joan.
Let her answer. What task would you want this pet bird to be able to do for you?
That is such a good question because like outsourcing is something I think about a lot.
Sure. Yeah, I can do anything.
Clean the bathrooms in my house.
Wow. Not really a thing birds usually do.
I'm trying to picture
No,
that. Yeah, that sounds
but you know what? I think it kind of happens in Disney movies. So we divide our chores up evenly. And now that I have 2 bathrooms, and also they present some challenges that our old bathroom didn't. I still haven't quite figured out, like, how do I clean this floor the best? Or like, man, there's a lot of tiles in the shower and they're white and I don't know how to keep them all sparkling and nice. I just teach that bird. That bird would clean those bathrooms till they're sparkling, and then I would also feel a little bit like a Disney princess.
A little bit.
nice.
Here's the downside to that. I think while the bird would be eager to clean and could probably do a really good job, it would take a long time for a little bird to clean 2 bathrooms. In fact, I think it would literally be its whole life. Like it would have time for that, sleeping and eating. And so I feel like you'd always end up having to use the bathroom while the bird was still in there. And so that would just make it awkward because you'd be like, anyone who needs to use the bathroom, be like, don't mind the little bird. He's just scrubbing it down.
He's just like getting in the
That's
grout.
his
Like,
job. It's like, I got to do a good job. Mistress Emily wants me to clean her bathroom. I don't know. That's what
that's
bird
fair.
servants call their masters,
I guess so.
right?
Why not?
The bird has a good gig. You feed it well and stuff.
Yeah.
But I do think it would take, basically that would be its life, is living in your bathroom. And anytime you wanted to use the bathroom, like, hey, can you like get out of the toilet because I need to use it? So you just kind of have to live with the fact that there would be a bird constantly like wiping stuff down in your bathroom.
Okay. That's fair.
I think the good thing about that would be birds notoriously bored all the time. If a bird does not have a job to do, so annoying. So the nice thing is you've given this bird a purpose and it can die happy in like a year or 2 because birds don't even live that long. It'll clean and clean and clean, and then it will scrub one last window and go, yes, my purpose is complete, because the bathrooms have finally been cleaned, and it will fall into the tub and die a happy bird. The first bird that's ever died fulfilled.
Thing? Okay.
Yes. Because birds always die unfulfilled. There are a lot of bird ghosts.
Great.
But this one, no ghost here.
Then you could just flush it.
Just flush it.
For the bird funeral.
Oh.
Yeah.
No?
No, you don't like that?
I don't think
The
you
other
should
good
flush
thing-
birds.
Oh, it's my turn.
Ask a question to one of us.
I'm going to ask Mike, because that seems to be the right way to do this. If you had to eat a bug right now, which bug?
I'd go with an ant.
Okay.
Just because they're real small. Yeah, sorry, dude. I get to pick. I'm not going to pick a June bug. Mike would eat an ant because they are small and they make a nice little crunch, but you're done with it real fast, and then I can get on with my life where I mostly don't eat bugs unless they've been prepared. I'm not afraid of eating bugs. I'll do it. I've done it before. But if I just have to, if someone's like, you got to eat a bug right now, I'd be like, let's just do it. I'll pop an ant in there.
I'll pop an ant. You want to pop some ants right now, dog?
Yeah.
For this party, we got a pregame. We got to pop some ants.
I had a cocktail that had fire ants in it this summer, and it was pretty wild.
Oh, so you have eaten a bug right now.
I have, but not right now. If you want to make that cocktail again, I will drink it.
You got it. Be right back. Clink, clink, clink. Swish, swish, swish.
Were they like whole?
Yeah. A local cocktail company was kind of doing a weird test night, I think, because every night, like every week, they were doing different themes. And this one, I think the theme was magical realist authors. And it was these crazy cocktails. They were cheap. And I think they were just testing out new random stuff. Because I had like one that was like smoked corn and one that was like fire ant. And it literally had little fire ants floating in it. And when I got one on my tongue, like it literally did sting. Like not like...
Wait, were they alive?
No. They were dead. But they still have their like little fire ant poison. Right. And I was like, oh my God, this is legit a fire ant in my drink.
Wow.
I like that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So the bad thing about eating an ant right now is that you might accidentally not kill it in the like eating process. So then you swallow it and it's still alive, and then it builds a little colony in your bod.
Yeah. But the good thing about that, specifically, I was actually thinking this before Emily even said it, is that you might not kill it when you eat it. It goes into your body, it builds a little colony and makes your body more efficient, because ants are so smart. And maybe it has some babies, maybe it was pregnant, and it gives birth to a whole slew of ants that help your fingers get circulation, and they carry your blood around your body, and they make sure that every bit of food goes used and you're not wasting it all. You might never poop again, but that's okay.
This is like those worms that people can get that cures their asthma.
Yeah.
Or what was it?
Parasites. You can get like I don't know if it's asthma, but you can get people
Something
think
like
that getting certain parasites will cure your allergies.
Oh, allergies. Yeah.
Okay.
Allergies.
Yeah. So maybe your allergies would be cured.
Great.
And you would never poop, which I know you hate.
Wait, would they eat my poop?
Yeah. There's no waste. They make your body 100% efficient.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
You don't maybe you pee still because pee's fun.
All right, I'll ask Mike a question now.
Here am I again.
Here are you. If you could have one television sitcom set as your real home, which show would it be from?
Nice.
Oh my gosh, I got to think about this for a second.
That's okay.
Because the television sitcom set, I feel like they're all pretty similar. The Flintstones.
Yeah.
I want all those dinosaurs doing chores for me. Just like the bird is going to wash your bathroom.
Yeah.
I've got a bird to play records for me. I've got a bird that does my dishes. And these aren't birds. Birds are dinosaurs. Spoiler alert.
Hey.
But that'd be so much fun. So I would definitely want to live in a Flintstone home.
All right. Well, I think the good thing about that would be that you would finally be free from all of the modern pressures of internet and keeping up with social media. It's all gone, and you can just connect with the land again, like you always say. I just need to get back into nature and just farm more. So I think you would enjoy not having the option to even go on Facebook and just be like, I'm just gonna drive my little car that I push with my feet.
I mean, I think on the Flintstones there would be they'd have a tablet. It would be made of stone, and you would go on Facebook, which would be like you chiseling,
just draw a face.
Yeah, just chiseling likes on other people's Facebook tablets
and trading tablets with them. Yeah, there'd be social media because the Flintstones
I think they
did
had
like
phones.
to do.
I think they had
They
little
somehow called
made out of
each other.
bones or something.
Yeah, bone phones.
So the bad thing about that is that you would be animated?
Still not hearing the downside.
No, okay, it's hard to come up with a downside for that.
I know.
So the bad thing is that your neighbors and friends would all be annoying Flintstones characters.
That's true, actually.
With rock puns in their names.
Yes,
Oh, no.
and just like annoying. I always found that show annoying. Don't at me. So that would be your world. If you lived there, you wouldn't get to come back to this world.
People always popping in. The busybody neighbor who's like, "Oh, I noticed you got a new car. Is Fred get a promotion?" They're like, "Ooh."
And the kids are always just like shrill and awful.
There's that one kid that just hits everything.
Bam, bam.
Yeah.
Bam.
What the hell? That's your child now, Mike. The other bad thing is you're a father of that tiny child that destroys everything with a giant club.
I mean, it's the Stone Age.
Seems fun to watch, but not fun to parent. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Whose turn is it?
It's Mike's turn.
Oh, it's Mike's turn.
Yeah, Mike's turn.
David, if you were to have a duel with your nemesis tomorrow at dawn,
as is tradition,
what would you choose for the weapon?
Ooh. Can I say a game of basketball?
Sure. You could the basketball.
But I'm not trying to kill them with the basketball. I'm trying to play one-on-one basketball with them.
You can have some sway over the terms of the duel.
Okay,
it doesn't have to be to the death.
Yeah, perfect. Because that's what I don't want it to be to the death. I don't want to kill anybody.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'd just be like, knife. Stab.
Wait, that's the weapon you would pick over a gun?
Yeah. Knife, I feel it's safer. Basketball.
Safer. You're trying to kill someone and you want the safer weapon.
I can run away from a knife. For me, it's safer because I can run away.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, basketball.
Okay.
I would play basketball against them.
The good thing about that is that during the entire game, you could just play on repeat the song that Aaron Carter wrote about beating Shaq.
That would be very inspirational. And we do share a soul because we were born on exactly the same day.
I just want to say that fact anytime I can because it's so absurd.
That's how I beat Shaq. God, we need to license that song for this podcast. We mention it at like every 10 episodes.
I didn't know that song existed before this podcast.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't know it existed before David told me.
If nothing else good comes from this podcast, I will have learned about the fact of that song.
And the world will have. That's our mission.
What a smug kid. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well,
get off your high horse, 13-year-old Aaron Carter.
Here's the thing. The bad thing about this scenario is that when David pumped up his boombox and started playing that song, he would realize that his nemesis is actually Shaq.
Oh no!
Because David's he's a nice guy. He doesn't have a lot of enemies.
Shaq's a nice guy.
So I think by playing that name,
nice guy.
no, you
I'm a nice
are
guy.
the nice guy.
Shaq's not a nice guy. I hate that guy.
Yeah, he's your nemesis.
Exactly.
You just found out. You're playing that song. He's summoned up. He's like, we're going 1-on-1. Duel to the basketball losing.
Oh yeah, it is death in basketball too. In the NBA, you die if you lose.
And Shaq's skills are so like giant that he has killed several people accidentally with basketballs.
Yeah, dunked on them. They just die right there.
Mm-hmm. Shaq Fu.
So I'm gonna die.
I mean, maybe. I mean, he's just like a giant of a man,
Yeah,
and
he's
so
pretty big.
Even though I don't actually know your basketball skills,
pretty good.
I bet you're pretty great.
Like, pretty good.
Yeah, but Shaq is there, and he's also
pretty good.
Yeah, and the song is playing. I mean, it might psych him out that Aaron Carter's singing about beating him. He'd be like, maybe, but this isn't Aaron Carter. It's David.
No, but it will remind him that he is fallible.
That's true.
You lost to a child.
You'll listen carefully to the song to describe his weaknesses.
Yeah, exactly. Aaron Carter's like, when he turns his back, hit the red square.
Yeah, get the little hole in his armor. Shoot an arrow.
Kill him when he's not looking.
And you
That's
can have
how Aaron Carter
Then you
beat
can
him.
claim his treasure hoard.
Shaq was like, I'm about to dunk. And Aaron Carter was like, bam, I shot you. That's how I beat Shaq.
Oh my
That's
God.
the real story.
So that whole scenario just got really grim. So that's the downside.
So the upside is I could play my favorite song by my favorite boy. The downside is I would die.
Yeah, or you would kill
or
Shaq.
I would literally murder Shaq.
And the world would hate you because they want
that's
another
true.
Space Jam.
Yeah, they do.
Even though Shaq wasn't in Space Jam.
It's okay. He should be in the next one. He's great.
Yeah, he should be.
Just kidding. He's my nemesis. I hate him. My turn.
Oh.
I need to ask Emily a question.
Yes,
right?
you do.
Yes, I do. I've got 3 options here. If you could look into one person's home, whose home would you peep on?
Oh, that's a great question. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Danielle Steele.
Ooh.
For sure.
Because she owns like a New Orleans mansion.
She
Is that
has a
right?
huge mansion. I'm actually not sure where it is. That seems right.
I think it's in New Orleans.
But I bet it is. I imagine that it's like so huge, just like endless rooms of ostentation. But also, she actually lives there and she's a person. And I want to know, like, what does she eat?
What does she do in that giant
Does she
mansion?
really wear like ball gowns every day?
Right, because she is an author. For those that don't know, everybody reads Danielle Steele, according to Danielle Steele, but maybe some people don't know. And she takes amazing pictures for the back of her dust jackets in different costumes and with different set dressings. It's a very fancy lady.
I think the downside to that is it would give rise to a very complex scenario wherein she would catch you peeping on her home, and then she would start peeping on you. Then
peeper.
Yeah, she'd be like, hey, 2 can play at this game, Emily. And so there'd be days where you'd be like, Tanner, can you close the blinds? I think Danielle's out there. I
love that you call her Danielle.
At that point, yeah.
Then I think she would write a novel about you called Emily.
You think that's a bad thing?
It would expose your life to the world.
I like this.
Your torrid melodrama that goes on. She'd probably embellish it, and people would make assumptions about your life.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
It would give rise to like such highs and lows, because you'd be like excited at first, but then you'd be like, oh man, like now all these fans are coming to peep in my home, and it would be quite a wild ride. So that's exactly what would happen if you looked in her home once.
Peeping an author is pretty dangerous.
She would catch you.
They
She
have
has an
such power.
elaborate security system to
does.
catch you.
The good thing would be that before you got caught, she lives in such an amazing house and has so many rooms. And she is a person of many looks and many flavors. I think she is serious about theming every room to be a different thing. And I think just the experience of looking into each room and being like, this one is literally a jungle. Like there's jungle plants in here. This one is an ocean. There's water. There's a salt smell. Like
that seems
this one
right.
is
Yeah.
like she would go all out. Every 100 years, she'd have like a different period room. It'd be like the MIA period rooms, but a whole house of them, and also just anything you can imagine. She just, and I think that would be good enough to balance out, you know, the fact that your life's been ruined by Danielle Steele when she wrote that book about peeping.
Hey listeners, if you want to find us on the internet and reach out and say hi or give us some ideas or just look and see what we're doing on the internet, you can find us on Facebook, We have a regular page that you can like. We also have a Facebook group for our special fans called the Hypotheticast Fan Collaboratory. You can join up in there. You could also find us on Twitter, Instagram, email us at hypotheticast@gmail.com. or go to our website, hypotheticast.club.
And I love to read reviews that people write, and so do David and Emily. So write us some on iTunes or any podcast app that allows you to do so. If it does not allow you to do so, please complain to that app and let them let you write a review. And if you can't write a review, or you have already, share by word of mouth to other people about our podcast.
Thank you to Jaden James and the Hunger for their song Killing It from their album Raw. That's our theme song. It rules. Thank you to Christian Hagen for his logo. Thank you to Radio 5 Watt for hosting our podcast every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Radio 5 Watt's a locally focused music, arts, and culture internet radio station. Streams 24 hours a day from Northeast. It's real cool. All Minnesota local music stuff and a couple podcasts, and we're one of them. You can listen at radio5watt.org, or they have an app, which is very slick. Thank you, of course, to the listeners for all of your submissions and for all of your love and for all of your care and the meals that you made for me when I was sick.
What? I didn't get shit when I was sick.
Yeah, I've never gotten a meal from a listener.
Huh, weird.
Thanks, listeners, for sticking with us. Stay warm. Don't eat a bug.
Don't you eat a bug
unless you want to.
Then,
bugs are a legitimate, sustainable source of protein.
Yeah,
if we
a
all
grasshopper
decide
has so much good in it.
It was okay.
Yeah, honestly, eat a bug. I'm going to go against Emily's. Eat a bug, eat an orange, live your life, freeze yourself.
So inspirational.
There are many Google reviews of Lake Vostok.
Oh, wow.
Which no one has ever been to. There are 100. It has a 4.1 out of 5. And
what?
The reviews are things like, I flew to the South Pole. The aliens told me to leave and never return.
Okay.
Or, I wanted to catch a couple of deadly squids. Wasn't disappointed by the user Ethereal Punishment. Also, Trash Can reviewed it, saying, I tried to go swimming, but I was only met with bitter ice and wind. 0 out of 10. I just love that Lake Vostok, where no one has ever been, has a 4.1 out of 5.